you've mentioned a lot about me, but I'm really more interested with the people who attended this webinar. Siguro kahit if they can chat in the back, where are they from or what's their background and why are they here? Ano ba expectation nila? Baka they're here for another reason. So can we hear from you? So just chat on the chat box and let us get to know you. So where are you from? What do you do? And what brings you here? Bukod sa pinangakuan kayo ng merienda ni Rico.
Paka-LBC ko dyan sa inyo.
So I know some of you know Rico personally. I got to know him through Toastmasters and some trainings. And I would have to say he is one of the most passionate young person I've ever seen. And it's an honor and a privilege to be talking to you in behalf of Rico with RIP Success. Okay, so can I get to know the people in the neighborhood? Ayan, so
ayan, si Sarah.
Wow, from Calamba, Laguna, si Sarah, a property specialist.
Wow.
Okay, welcome, Sarah. Okay, how about the rest? Can we get to know you? Anyway, konti lang naman tayo, so just very quickly, at least just to give us a background. Who are the people we are talking to? Okay. So, hindi po tayo dito manonood lang. We are also here to get to know one another, to participate. Okay. So, if you're looking for opportunities, yeah, please type on the chat box, no? And let us get to know you more, no? Okay.
Magta-type din ako para kilala rin nila tayo. So,
okay,
hindi ko na pala ita-type, sasabihin ko na lang. So, ako po si Rico. My story is I'm a leader, I'm a trainer, and a learner. So, as Miss Maya mentioned, I'm one of the most passionate people, young people that she's met. And
he has to stress. He has to stress the word young. Okay.
Yeah, I'm young.
Okay, so meron kang kabarkada si Det, also a millennial, and an accountant. Wow.
Si Det, kilala ko rin siya personally.
Oh, okay.
So we've met in a certain cafe dito sa Bataan. Excellent.
Okay. And then Isabel, a strategy planner from Quezon City. Uy, ingat ka dyan, ha? Kayo ang leading ngayon sa ating... So I pray for your safety, so keep safe.
Si Isabel, I also know her personally.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay. And then we have here, Emmanuel Pineda.
Does the name sound familiar?
Sounds familiar, yeah. I'm sure you are kind of related, if I'm not mistaken. No? So he is the administrator of the Freeport area of Bataan. Wow. I'm currently leading my team in preparing the FAB's business continuity plan. Excellent. Okay. So we have Joshua. Hello. Naku, mukhang high energy rin to. Dito pa lang sa chat. Ano? Subic, junior architect and also a millennial entrepreneur. Wow. Feeling at home ako dito, Rico. Kami ni Sir Emmanuel ay millennials. Feeling millennials. Okay. And then we have LJ. Wow, engineer. Okay. And entrepreneur for Subic. Wow. This is can you see a pattern? Meron silang career and then they have a second career.
Yeah. I believe mapapag-usapan natin yan today, di ba?
Yes. And then we have Via, a fellow full-time financial advisor. Okay, so I wonder if nakita tayo kayo ng umaga sa Luwap, no? Sa ating training, no? And hello, I'm Liz, realtor and former financial advisor from Manulife. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Excellent. Wow. So welcome everyone. So keep typing. So I hope that the others who haven't responded yet, please help us to get to know you. So we are here not just to give input, but we also want to get to know you more, and also for us to give each other encouragement and input, especially during this time, right, Rico?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Kumbaga ito yung virtual virtual handshake. Hello everyone.
Yes, exactly.
Malinis po yung kamay ko, nag-alcohol po ako.
Exactly. Okay, so maybe just to get the most out of this presentation, I will not be using a PowerPoint. I'll be using my virtual background. So it's like a green screen. So if you want to see it clearly, you can switch to active speakers so that I'll be the one that you'll be seeing on the screen. Okay, so are we ready?
Yes, we are. Woo!
Okay, all right. So just type, I'm ready if you're ready. Okay, so I'm just given 20 minutes, and I'm not sure if I can answer all your questions, but Rico said after this, after the second speaker, we will have a chance to address your questions. But for now, let me just start with this topic that Rico gave us. No? sabi dito, having an eagle eye for opportunities, no? Eagle eye, no? My husband and I were actually bird enthusiasts, and currently, we're staying in LA, Lower Antipolo, okay?
Witty ka doon.
Yes, and surprisingly, Rico, surprisingly, because of, I don't know, maybe because of less pollution, less traffic, no? We are seeing different kinds of species here in our own village. You'll be surprised. And amazing. Every time we wake up in the morning, we hear the sounds of different birds. So when you gave me this topic, I actually got very excited because we do observe birds. We actually do bird watching, my husband and I. So I did a little bit of research on the eagle. And what I found out that the term eagle eye is actually a business term. There's such a thing as an eagle eye principle. I will not be able to cover everything because that will take a whole workshop, but we'll just discuss what is, I feel, helpful during this time, no? So an eagle's eye opportunity. So first, let's look at the eagle's eye. Yung mata niya mismo talaga, no? Bakit pag ginamit yung concept na yun, no? Eagle's eye, no? According to scientists, no? The eagle is not just the strongest animal or the strongest predator in the animal kingdom. It is also the sharpest, the wisest, the wittiest, and the most determined. Ganun siyang klase. And one of the factors why people fear the eagle is because of its precision in terms of hunting. And the biggest factor there is the eye, the eagle's eye. So Rico, did you know that the eagle's eye is bigger and even heavier than its brain?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
diba? Amazing, no? And then secondly, it is 4 to 8 times stronger than the human eye.
Wow.
So ganun siya ka-sharp yung kanyang paningin.
So
And in fact,
kung meron palang crush yung isang tao, nakatingin ka dun sa malayo.
ay, malayo pala.
Nakikita na ng eagle yung crush mo.
Sobrang kitang-kita na niya. In fact, I can spot a rabbit exactly. Marami nakarelate. Type ko na dyan kung nakarelate ka. So in fact, you're right, Noriko. In fact, an eagle can spot a prey 3.2 kilometers away.
Wow.
So if you're driving, you can imagine gano'ng kalayo. Okay? And in fact, even if the prey would hide, the eagle can still spot them. Ganon katindi yung. Kaya the term eagle eye has to do with these qualifications or qualities. They're able to spot the prey. Okay? They're able to focus on the prey. Okay? If in fact very precise, and they're able to seize the prey even if it's running away from them. Okay? So example of spotting, no? Sa dinami-dami ng makikita ng eagle, okay? Mag-zero in lang talaga siya dun sa prey niya. Wala siya ibang titignan kundi yun lang. And it can actually identify different colors of the prey, and they will know which one to hunt first. Ganon. And they will even know, an eagle will even know if the prey is healthy or not, okay? Just by looking at it from afar, okay? And then, once it has zeroed in, o na-spot na niya yung kanyang prey, no, it will now focus. Ito yung maganda sa mata niya, nag-a-adjust. Para siyang, alam mo yung lente ng camera?
Yeah.
Nag-auto-adjust siya. So, habang nagda-dive siya from a very high altitude, okay, the eagle's eye, okay, yung parang retina niya, yung lens niya, it will refocus, it will keep on refocusing, and it will not lose sight of its prey. Even at a speed of 100 to 120 kilometers per hour when diving.
Wow.
So, can you imagine that? Ganon siya kagaling na predator. And then, it will seize its prey. Ito ang kanilang batting average. 99% hindi nakakawala ang prey.
Wow.
Yes, that's why they are at the apex. Meaning sa list ng mga predators, they are one of those yung very high ang success rate nila in terms of seizing the prey. Okay. So now, what has it got to do right now with the current crisis that we are experiencing now? No? So, ngayon, especially, people who are in the sales industry, those who are in the events industry, or even those who are into, particularly service industry, marami na apektuhan ngayon di ba, Rico? Yeah. Even us in training, no? Parang everything just stopped, everything. Parang this crisis just stopped everything.
Yeah.
The world is at standstill. Paano ka makakatingin ngayon ng opportunity? Ngayon parang hirap magbenta, hirap kumuusap ng kliyente. Okay? So I'll be speaking from the point of view of an entrepreneur, because currently I'm self-employed with my husband and we are also entrepreneurs. And later on, our speaker, I believe, will talk naman from the perspective of an employee and a corporate owner. No? So how can an entrepreneur or someone who has to earn a living daily look at this crisis from a different perspective, from the eyes of an eagle, okay? Using the eagle's eye principle, okay? Because right now, it's so hard to focus, okay? That's the experience of people now. How can you focus on looking for opportunities when what you see in the news is all but negative? Okay, and then right now there's even the news that it might be extended. Oh, Lord have mercy on our businesses. Sabi ng mga tao. I-extend pa, Lord naman, di ba? Okay, and then how can you also spot clients right now kung hirap-hirap kang habulin ng mga kliyente ngayon? In fact, they will not think of buying at this point, no? They would rather keep their money and wait until this crisis is over, no? So what are we, when we look at the crisis, no? So what do we see? What do we focus on? No? Or what do we look at? It's so easy to be, to get caught up in the negativity, in the hopelessness of the situation. Parang matatapos pa ba to? Ba't hindi pa nagpa-flatten yung curve? Ba't tumataas pa yung ating cases of COVID, no? So
almost daily, yan ang laman ng news di ba?
Exactly, no? Now, I am reminded, I know, hindi sinasadya itong crisis tapos Chinese character. Ma'am Maya, Coach Maya, sinisisi mo ba yung mga Chinese? No. That's not the intention here, okay? So, I'm going to borrow a Chinese character that spells crisis, okay? It is actually made up of 2 Chinese characters, and I attended a workshop just for this one, okay? And crisis actually is made up of 2 characters. One is danger on your left screen, and the other one is opportunity. Okay? Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. So in every crisis, what the Chinese people are saying, in every crisis, in every danger, there is always an opportunity. Okay? And I'll give a very concrete example. No? I have a coachee who is actually the CEO of a manufacturing company of beauty products. Okay? She has been doing very well before the crisis, before the pandemic. And then when the lockdown happened, okay, expectedly, stop ang production. So namumroblema siya, ano ngayon ang kanyang papasweldo, paano yung kanyang operations, day-to-day, ganon. And then suddenly, just one by one, we have classmates, we have batchmates who will message her, Abby, do you have alcohol? Kasi kasama dun sa paggawa ng ibang mga products ng alcohol. Sabi niya, yeah. So can I buy from you? Okay. And then she realized, okay, wait, it's in demand right now. So she decided, okay, to shift her production from beauty products to alcohol. Okay? And right now, that's what's keeping them afloat.
Wow.
At sweldo siya ngayon. Exactly. In fact, she was messaging me. We just had a coaching session 5 days ago. Sabi niya, Coach Maya, nauubos na yung alcohol ko. Sobrang taas ng demand. Sobrang taas ng demand. So that's an example of a person who took the eagle eye principle, no? And then spot the opportunity, focus on it, and then seizing it. Okay, that's one example. Okay, second example, no? In seizing the opportunity, no? I'm ordering items online. So kasama din yung groceries, mga fruits, vegetables, etc. No? So there's this one particular vendor online, no? Nakakatawa kasi siya, aliw ako sa kanya. Sabi ko, alam mo, galing mo magbenta. Ano bang trabaho mo talaga? Sabi niya, actually, she used to work in a BPO. She used to work in a BPO. But because of the lockdown, total lockdown, hindi siya makalabas kasi she has to, kailangan niya tumawid, and then natatakot din kasi siya. So she decided to resign. Okay?
Wow.
Tapos nagbebenta siya ngayon ng mga fruits, mangoes, avocado, pakwan. Sa kanya ako ma-order palagi, no?
Tigasan siya ulit? Tigasan siya?
She lives in, ano siya, Upper Antipolo naman siya.
Ay,
Ako
okay.
sa Lower Antipolo,
Sa
siya sa
LA,
Upper
siya sa
Antipolo.
UA.
Yeah, siya sa UA. UAE, Upper Antipolo Extreme. Yeah. So, when I asked, na-curious lang ako kasi we have a sort of a relationship already, so I asked her, no? Doon pa lang sa mangga kasi madalas siya nauubusan. Sabi ko, hey, kailan darating ang mangga mo? Lagi ka na lang nauubusan. Sabi niya, oo nga, ma'am eh. Kasi sobrang in demand. So, sabi ko, curious lang ako sa atin lang, hindi ko ipa-broadcast. Naka-broadcast na ngayon. But I asked permission from her if I can tell her the story. I won't say her name naman. Sabi niya, sige ma'am, what's your question? How much are you earning in a week just for the mangoes, ha? Kasi, you know yung piling ba killing? What do you call that? Anong Tagalog doon? Basta isang...
ano?
19 kilos. Killing yata ang tawag doon.
Yeah.
Isang kiling na mangga. Forgive me, Tagalog. So, isang bungkus ng mangga, I think 20 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a week, yung nabebenta niya, I ask her how much is earning. You know how much?
How much?
50,000.
Uy!
Sabi ko sa kanya, partner tayo. Magbebenta na lang ako ng mangga.
Marami din kami mangga dito. Teka, baka pwede namin ibenta to. Ang dami dito. Kakapitas lang namin.
Can you imagine? In this time of crisis, so this person, okay, spot a need, okay, she saw a need, and then focus on that, and then she delivered. Now she's reaping the harvest. She's reaping the harvest. So that's true. So he agreed, no? Okay? Mangoes are super in Kaing. Oh, thank you, sir! Yeah, kinurek ako ng tatay mo. Thank you, sir.
Hindi ko rin matandaan yun.
I have to refresh my Tagalog. Okay, Kaing. That's right, no? So can you imagine? So that's one example. Now, I'm not saying this for you. What I'm saying is, be like the eagle who know how to spot a need, and then focus on it. And before anyone else, you seize it. Kasi ang eagle, mabilis siya mag-dive eh. Yeah. So how quick are you in responding to the crisis? Okay? In fact, right now, makikita nyo left and right, pag binuksan nyo yung Lazada, yung Shopee, yung FB Market, ang dami nagbebenta ng PPEs. DIY.
Wow.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Okay? Because they spot a need, no? Okay. So, given that there's crisis going on and that there's danger, so what opportunity are we looking at, no? So, sabi nga ng isang movie, Covadi. Okay, it's Latin for where are you marching or where are you going? So, in this crisis, there are lots of uncertainties. Parang, to be honest, no, even after the quarantine is lifted, no, people, even the government, is still pretty clueless where we're going or where we're heading. Okay, I don't blame the government. I don't blame anyone.
Yeah,
it's just it happens.
It's hard.
It happens. It's hard, right? It's hard. It's tough to make decisions. While the government is taking care of the national economy, let's take care of our personal economy. Okay, let's take care of our personal economy. So I will share with you how we transition from employment to self-employed and entrepreneurs. Now, I'm not saying this for everyone, so I'm just sharing my story. Okay. So first, let's understand where money comes from. So how do people earn, no? So according to Robert Kiyosaki, a financial guru, there are actually 4 ways of earning. 4 ways, no? One is you are an employee, okay? You belong to the E quadrant. The other one is the self-employed, okay, or the S quadrant. On the other side, we have the business owners, or those who are living in the B quadrant. And then we have the investors, or those who are in the I quadrant. Okay. The people in the left quadrant, the employees and the self-employed, okay, they produce what you call active income. Active meaning they have to do something to earn, meaning kailangang magpakita para kumita. Okay? So, kailangan mong pumasok, kailangan magtrabaho para magpakita. Okay, medyo challenging
MRT,
nga.
ganun. Sakay ka MRT.
Yes, exactly.
Sakay ka jeep. Papawisan ka.
Exactly. That's true, no? Now, the challenge, even for example, for self-employed, no? Like my sister is a doctor, my brothers are lawyers, my parents are lawyers, my friends are accountants, no? During this time, okay, wala silang, kahit magpakita sila sa opisina nila, walang kliyente. Bakit? May lockdown eh.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that if you live in the active income, okay, if you live in the left side of the quadrant, okay, there is the danger that when crisis happens, the income will stop. That's just the reality. Okay, and unless you have a good amount of savings or investments, okay? So the goal is, the reason why I got attracted to being a financial advisor and to be an entrepreneur is really to teach people, not to put all your eggs in one basket, okay? I enjoyed being an employee. I had so many friends, but I realized even before we got married, my husband and I, we knew that we really want to own our own time. We want to be our own bosses. We want to be our own, managers, no?
Yeah.
So even before the start, we begin to transition. Even while we're employees, we begin to transition to self-employed and to business owners.
Ano pala background mo noon, Miss Maya?
Again.
Ano yung background mo? Ano yung ginagawa mo when you were an employee?
Okay. Thank you for the question. So I was in the academe for 10 years.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
And then, so I was a university professor and then a university administrator. And then I become a trainer after that. So I built up with retirement. So I got into coaching. So that's when I began my transition into self-employment. Okay.
Wow.
And then right now, so we partner with different entrepreneurs also. So we have a community of business owners and we share resources. So I realized that this is one of the wisest advice that I got, no? And this was shared by our HR director then, way back then. He said during the time, and this was I think 10 years ago, or I think 20 years ago. So the former finance secretary, Jesus Stanislaw, maybe Sir Emmanuel Pineda will know him, no? I think this was during the time of Cory Aquino. He said, in order for an ordinary family of 5 to survive, you need 3 sources of income. Okay, so what are those?
Wow.
The husband's income, the wife's income, and a business. Now, that was 20 years ago, during the time of Jesus Stanislaw, the former finance secretary. Now they say you need to have at least 5 sources of income. Okay? Okay? So that's why when we did the career transition, okay, when we transitioned from employment, okay, to self-employed to business owners, we realized the wisdom of this advice, no? Because when crisis happened, to be honest, of course I got scared na baka magkasakit kami. But honestly, and I say this with all humility and with gratitude, I was not scared that we will run out of money. Because I know that given our different baskets, okay, we can surpass this. And that's what I want to teach people, okay? Now, the career transition did not happen overnight. It's hindi yung parang nagising na lang kami ng asawa ko, tara, retire na tayo. O sige, retire na tayo. Bukas na resign na. Ganun. Hindi. In fact, even before we got married, so we were married for 12 years. So even before we got married, we planned this. We knew where we are going. Okay, we will work for 10 years. After 10 years, we will transition. So while we are working, we do what you call a parallel career. Okay, so what's a parallel career? In the morning, 8 to 5, we are employees. After 5, we are entrepreneurs. That's what we did. We studied, we learned, we joined communities, we network, we talk to people, we ask to be mentored. Okay, so we make our time productive. Now, I don't want to shock you. For those past 12 years, okay, we don't have a TV in our condo. Actually, up to now, we don't have a TV in our condo.
Wow.
Because we decided that we will study. So we take online courses. Ang tawag namin, mga seminarista kami. Seminarista. Mahilig mag-attend ng seminars. Okay, this is seminars to fill our minds and to learn, no? Because many things, I'm from the academe, but I tell you, so many things that you need in life are not taught in schools.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would agree with me. Okay, type if you agree with me. Many things that you learned in life right now, hindi karamihan. You will not, right, diba? You will not learn. It's not taught in the university, okay? Now, you have to understand that career transitioning, okay, is not instant, okay? So following the eagle principle, no? Okay, you have to undergo what you call the molting process. What's the molting process? Okay, the eagles, when they grow old, no, their feathers will shed. Now, there's a famous story na tinatanggal daw niya yung beak niya, yung talons niya. Hindi totoo yun, ha? That's hoax. But the molting process, it's slow, very, very slow. Mag-start yan sa head. Okay? Huwag nyo nang ituro kung sino yung, baka meron kayo lapitan, nag-molting process ka pala. Huwag nyo lalapitan. Huwag nyo sasabihan ng ganun, ha? Okay. So, the eagle would start to molt in the head. Okay? And then, pababa yan hanggang sa wings, hanggang sa breast. Unti-unti yung matatanggal yung mga old feathers niya until it gets replaced by a new one. So, it will take a year, for some, 2 to 3 years, ganun katagal. And it's sometimes, for some eagle, it can be painful. Others, they get irritated. That's why they will pluck it. Kaya tinan niyo sa picture, di ba? Pina-pluck niya kasi it can be very uncomfortable for them. So, para mabilis yung process, hindi na tumagal ng taon, tutulungan na nila si nature, sila na magka-pluck ng old feathers. Okay? Until they emerge as brand new. Okay? So, here's my question, Rico. My question for everyone, no? When this crisis ends, no? Actually, we're all going through what you call molting process. Would you agree? We're all molting now. Yeah. Uncomfortable, irritable, sometimes painful. Ang tagal ka na ba matatapos, no?
And there's one more. Sometimes you feel unmotivated.
Exactly. Ano ba itong nangyayari, no? So, but this is the question. So, when this is all over, when the quarantine is lifted, when the vaccine is discovered, what change had transpired in you? What change had transpired in you? So the question is, did you change for the better? Or it brings out the worst in you? I don't know. Okay? It's a rhetorical question. So after all this crisis, no, what change will happen in you? Okay? And I know, maybe for some of you, akala ko ba tungkol sa opportunities? Ito, I'll get there. I'll get there. Be patient with me. Okay? So like the eagle who is patiently waiting at the prey, be patient with me, no? So let's look now at our choices during this time, during this period. Maya, paano naman magkakaroon ng opportunities? Naka-lockdown nga tayo. So what choices do I have? It's very limited. Yeah, probably you're right. Okay, probably limited, no? But hey, with technology, can you imagine? If not for this webinar, I would not have met all of you. Yeah. I would not have met the father of Rico. Sir, you raised a very fine young man. I will hats off to you, sir. Okay? So what choices do we have right now, no? And I don't have time to talk about this, but in business, there's such a thing as cycle. Okay, there's a cycle. Right now, to be honest, it's not really a time to sell, although some people are able to do that, like that mango vendor and like my friend, no? But for most of us, for most entrepreneurs, for most people who are severely affected by that, by this crisis, we hardly had any choice, except, okay? Externally, we don't have a choice, but internally, we have. Okay? That's why we have to go back to our core. If you will ask me, what opportunity is this lockdown or is this crisis presenting us? Is to go back to our core. Didn't you notice that in our business, we hardly had time to stop and take stock of our lives, and then suddenly, we are forced to do it? Napansin niyo ba yun? Did you notice that? If you're missing that, then you're missing the opportunity. Okay? Going back to our core. And did you notice how many of us went back to our core, the unit, the family, which is the basic unit of society? That's the core of society, the family. O, sinong kasama nyo ngayon? Sige nga. Kahit nga ba, kahit ayaw nyo, kahit minsan nagkakaasaran kayo, di ba? Okay? But that's the core of our lives, no? And maybe this is what I would leave you with this webinar, no? So during this time of crisis, what do you need to focus on? So I gave you an acronym, CORE. So what do you need to focus on, and what do you need to notice or to spot or to take opportunity? First, take opportunity to connect to people. Okay? Especially if you are in the sales industry, especially if you're handling people, no? Sabi nga nila, example lang sa trabaho, oh, walang personalan na trabaho lang. Actually, that's not true.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's not true. Lahat personal. Okay? And then just recently, I'll tell you a story. Somebody messaged me. I thought I know him. I thought I knew him because we had common connections. And then I asked him, how did we meet? So, finrend niya ako. I saw we have many mutual friends. Sabi niya, wala, I just want to friend you because I want to invite you to our networking. Nagulat ako. Well, I have nothing against networking. I'm okay with networking, to be honest. But it's just his approach. Parang feeling ko, teka muna. Let's connect first. I hardly know you.
Yeah, hindi naman kita kilala eh. Ba't ako sasama sa'yo?
Exactly. So connect with people first, no? And not just because you want to sell to them, okay? Not just because you want to, build business relationship with them. Connect with them simply because life is short. Would you agree with me? Life is short. Can you imagine in one instant pala, kaya tayong i-wipe out ni Mother Nature
parang si Thanos din. Si Thanos.
Exactly. In one click, no? Goodbye to all of us, no? So, connect with people that matters the most. You know what's very heartbreaking for me, Rico, during this crisis? And
What
for
was
everyone?
What was it?
For people who died alone without their loved ones, especially those who are abroad and their families are away from them, that's the most heartbreaking for me during this crisis. And that's why during this time, we make it a point to grab the opportunity to connect to people that we hardly said, hello ever since now. Just look at your Facebook, no? How many of the people there are really your friends? And if they're really your friends, so take this opportunity to connect with them. Okay?
Yung mga 4,999 yung friends.
Right, okay. So connect, no? That's right. So the second one is to open. Okay? Open yourself, open to new possibilities. I remember, I just want to share this with you, I have a professor in college who, before I left the university, I invited him to this business opportunity because he is near retirement, and I just want to share to him an option. And during the time, he said that he felt he is already okay. He has a good retirement plan, and then he has great plans, no? And then K-12 happens. Okay. Many teachers who thought that their job is secure, okay, in our university alone, I will not tell which university, in our university alone, we had to lay off 1,000 teachers. 1,000 teachers because of K-12. Yeah.
Sakit nun.
Yeah, and many of them were unprepared. And a lot of them I actually approached. Ang request ko lang naman sa kanila, just be open. I'm not sure this for you, no? So what I'm trying to say is, during this time, just open your mind to possibilities. Open your doors to people, okay? But of course, be very, very diligent. But what I'm saying is, sometimes because we're too careful or less trusting, we miss out on opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay? And you know what happened to the professor that I shared to you about? Okay?
Ano nangyari sa kanya?
He cannot find a job up to now. And I have to help him financially because he's a very good professor. He became a very good friend of mine, and he's like a father to me. So right now I'm helping him financially just to help tide things over until he finds his feet, until he's back on his feet again.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one. Yeah. Next is art to repurpose. Repurpose. No? I'm a career coach. My husband is a lead coach, a leaders in transition coach. So those leaders who go into transition. No? So I always tell my coaches, do not be married to your career. Okay? Why do I say that? In a recent study, even in our own university, we did a study. More than 60% of those who took a certain course in college end up not in their chosen profession. Okay? Or not in the course. Sorry, hindi kita paniriting ka na.
Yeah, I graduated kasi di ba may communication arts. That was
right. Okay.
So usually when you're in communication arts, you go to broadcast or advertising or
yes, exactly.
radio.
Exactly.
But right now, I'm in the training industry.
Right, exactly. So you're an example.
Yeah.
I have students who will come back to me, Ma'am, nurse to registered nurse. Babalik sa akin, Ma'am, nag-architecture po ako. Ha? Ba't ka nag-architecture? Ito po talaga gusto ko. Registered nurse siya, no? So, surprisingly. So,
Oh.
repurpose, no? This is an opportunity for you to look into your career and then ask, is this what really I want? Okay? Does this career path brings out the best in me? And do I have the resources that I need in order to succeed in this career? Maybe you just need to reinvent yourself. I don't know. This is a good time to do that. Okay? While you have all the time in the world, instead of watching watching negative news, you only choose which news to watch, no? Instead of nauubos ang oras natin kaka-check sa Facebook, why not take a look at your career, no? And then repurpose. What do you want? Okay, I'm so glad I see here people who are engineer and then also an entrepreneur, an architect who is also a millennial entrepreneur. That's a sample of repurposing, or what you call doing also a parallel career. Okay? Okay. And then last but not the least is to expand. Expand. Expand your territory. Hey, guys, especially the millennials, no? We now live in a digital world, no? Baka sabihin ni Sir Emmanuel, paano naman tayo mga millennials, mga feeling millennials, no? My mom, who is in her 80s, can actually do Zoom, Facebook, Viber, name it. She's so, tawag namin sa kanya, Lola Techie. Okay?
Oh.
If my 80-year-old mom can learn technology, you can. Okay? It's never too late to learn. So take this time as an opportunity for you to learn. So what are you putting here? Okay? What are you putting in here? Expand your mind, expand your horizon, expand your network like what we are doing here. You should be thankful to Rico for inviting you, huh? I mean, how many people will do this? Okay? Connecting people. That's now the name of the game. Expand your territory, expand your network, expand your knowledge, okay? And grow as a person. In fact, I'm almost at my tail end now. In fact, let's learn again from the eagle. Okay, let me just fix the screen. Okay, the eagle. Did you know that the eagle, okay, is one of the birds who built a really, really large nest? They say, kasha ang isang kotse.
Oh.
It will build its nest depending on the span of its wings and the number of chicks that the lady eagle would lay. So, palaki siya ng palaki. It will start small hanggang lumaki siya ng lumaki. Like, can you see here? Ang laki-laki ng eagle, di ba? So, can you see how big that is? Kasha isang kotse dyan. And they continue to expand their nest. And here's another thing. When their nest is no longer usable for them, they will leave that. Other birds will take over. Okay? So, parang legacy building, ano?
Yeah.
So, in expanding yourself, because this is my belief, Rico. So, I am saying, go back to your core. Go back to yourself. Okay? Go back to what matters to you. Because this is the principle that I believe in. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have.
Yeah.
If after this pandemic, yes, di ba? If after this pandemic you feel fearful, you feel negative, you have that scarcity mentality. So what will you give to people if you're lacking? Agree?
Yeah.
So now is the opportunity to go back to your core. Go back to your core, no? So if I would ask you, no, at the end of this pandemic, or if I push it further, at the end of this life, if I would read through the book, to your book of life, what would I read? What would I learn from you? What would I discover? Okay? So for me, if you would ask me, yes, this crisis, this pandemic is scary. There's a lot of uncertainty, but hey, we have a choice. We have a choice. We don't have to go to that direction where you will feel hopeless. Okay? Now is the time for us to connect to people, to open up, okay? to repurpose our lives, to expand our vision so that, like the eagle, after this pandemic, our strength will be renewed. Okay? But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Okay? So take this opportunity. This is really more for you. So before you go out there, go inward, go back to your core. Okay? And have an eagle's eye perspective. All right. So with that, I end my presentation. Thank you for listening. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it too.
Thank you, Miss Maya.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, ito, ang naging, bigyan ko lang kayo ng konting key takeaway ko sa naging portion ng Miss Maya. Ang ganda ng core. Yung core, di ba? It is really an opportunity to connect, to open up to opportunities, and to repurpose yourself. Ano pa ang pwede nating gawin? To expand. Ano pa ang pwede nating puntahan? Ano pa ang pwede nating matutunan? And even gawin. The question repeats. So with that, pupunta tayo ngayon dun sa perspective, sa lens sa eagle's eye ng isang organization. Ano ba ang pwede nating gawin? May mga pwede ba tayong gawin? Paano ba tayo naapektuhan? How do we seize opportunities as an organization? So, gusto ko muna ipakilala sa inyo yung ating magiging resource for this portion. So, wait lang. Share lang natin yung screen. Okay. So, yung resource person natin ngayon, totoo lang, idol ko to eh. Kasi nakilala ko siya 2011. He was the creative director at DM9 Jaime Saifu and the executive creative director at YNR Philippines. So, tatandaan ko pa ko ilang taong ka na nito, kuya. He graduated magna cum laude in advertising. At DM9, he scored multiple awards at Cannes and the Spikes for his works on Mini, Smart, and the Department of Tourism. At YNR, he helped the country receive its first APAC EFIS Metal, the agency its first AOI plate, and the Caltex Asia Pacific its first Cannes Lion. He handled clients like AB Heineken, Asia Brewery, CDO Food Sphere, Colgate Palmolive, Ford, Inbisco, Land Rover, Nestle, San Miguel, Splash, sorry for the typo, Tanduay, The North Face, and Unilever. The co-founder and the creative partner of GIGIL Group Advertising, a guitarist at Moonstar 88 and Six Cycle Mine, a board member of IMMAP, and the chair of Certified Digital Marketer. Mga kapatid, gusto kong humingi ng tulong sa inyo sa pag-welcome sa ating next resource person. Walang iba, kundi si Kuya Herbert Hernandez. Palakpakan natin siya. Dali. Yan.
Hello.
Hi, Kuya Herbert. Kumusta?
Hello, Det. First time ko to. I mean, kasi nagtotalk naman ako, pero one-on-one. I mean, hindi man one-on-one. Live, di ba? So, live naman to, pero first time na via Zoom. Pero, yeah, excited. Excited ako. Thank you, Rico. Thank you for inviting
Thank
me.
you. Thank you din. Thank you din, Kuya Herbert.
Si kay Ma'am... anong name ni Ma'am? Sorry.
Si Coach MYYA.
Coach MYYA. Si Coach MYYA. Okay din. Sakto no MYYA. Tapos, Eagle. Wala na. So, yun. Na-excite ako nung kinuwento, nung in-invite mo ako kasi sakto. Pero, mas siguro isi-share ko yung I mean, wala akong masyadong alam sa ibon eh. Sa Eagle. Buti nga fully na na-explain ni Ma'am eh. So, ang isi-share ko yung experience ko na as guitarist and owner din ng agency and for how many years din nag-practicing ako ng advertising. So yun, medyo kung i-allow nyo ako, paano ba to? Ang galing nung ginawa ni Ma'am Maya, yung Coach Maya, yung dapat pala ginawa ko yan. Galing, very creative. That pala ginawa ko yan. Pero isi-share ko na lang yung screen ko. Tama ba?
Okay. Yeah, Kuya Herbert. Sure.
Ayan. Keynote.
Yeah.
Diba? Nakikita nyo, guys?
Yeah, kita namin.
Oo. So, yan. Gusto ko rin medyo interactive din. Ay, paano makikita yung mga nag-chat? Kasi,
Meron siya dito sa baba, Kuya Herbert, yung chat. Ayan.
Teka
Pwede
lang.
i-click yun.
Hindi ko makita yung sarili ko. Sige. Baka, paano ko makikita yung chat? Sorry, Mang.
Or meron yata dyan sa pagka ginalaw mo yung mouse dito sa may
Ikaw na lang magbabasa if ever.
Ako na lang. Okay.
Game. Okay. Try ko muna kung mag-work tong mag-work to. Kasi marami akong video na papakita. Pero test ko muna ito sa mga work namin.
Hello? Sino ka? Judith? Judith na naman? Bro, yung Judith, kinakabahan na ako. Hello. Bro, yung Judith dumaan na. Hindi ko na malayan. Pastilan.
So, nag-work ba? Nakita nyo?
Okay, Kuya Herbert,
Nakita nyo ba?
Yeah.
I just want to know kung nakita ba nila, naintindihan ba nila?
Guys, nakita nyo daw ba? Thumbs up tayo.
Para malaman ko lang, ayun, baka sa taas.
Ayan. Ayun, nag-thumbs up si Harvey.
Okay, nakita nyo yun. Hindi, sakto lang. Hindi kasi magpapakita ko ng video. Kung nag-work yun, itutuloy ko yung video kasi pwede ko naman ikwento lang sa inyo. Pero yung topic ko nga, Embracing the Crisis by GIGIL. Yung agency ko, name niya GIGIL. So, GIGIL din. Yung ibig sabihin ng crisis, sinerch ko, sakto to eh. A time of intense difficulty, trouble, or danger. A time when a difficult or important decision must be made. So, somehow, ngayon, di ba, ang tingin natin sa sitwasyon, crisis, di ba? Crisis. Pero in reality, in different in different timeline natin, lagi namang may crisis eh. Diba? Iba't ibang form yung crisis. And paano ako naging gigil? Paano naging gigil para maging successful ka? So yun yung pinaka-format talaga namin, Embracing the Crisis by Gigil. So ito naman, para maging interactive tayo anong Tagalog, anong English translation ng word na gigil? So, meron ba dyan? Anong English term ng gigil? Baka meron lang dyan.
Hindi ko alam kung tama ako. Naisip ko grit.
Grit? Sige nga. Si iba, baka may anong nila sa gigil? Anong English na term ng gigil?
Si Zaz, grit din ang sabi niya.
Grit. Okay. Isa to, pag tinype nyo,
Passion,
sige.
urge.
Yan. Diba? Okay. Ito, pag tinype mo ang gigil, sa English translation, gigil lang din. Wala siya, isa to sa mga nilista nila na walang exact English term. So ang galing, no? Parang very Pinoy yung gigil, di ba? Maraming, ang ko nga kaya namin napili yung gigil na term. Kasi feeling namin, maraming magaling eh. Maraming magaling sa industriya. Pero ilan lang yung gigil. So I will describe more later. Pero, ikukwento ko lang, kumbaga, di ba nakwento mo na nag-graduate ako number 1 sa class namin. Pero in reality, hindi ako yung pinakamagaling sa batch namin. Actually, sobrang daming magaling sa batch namin. Pero yung iba, hindi gumraduate. Hindi nila tinapos. Diba? So that's the difference about being gigil. Na pag may naharap na silang crisis, it's either they question their capacity, parang, uy, hindi pala ako magaling. Diba? Or, hindi ko kaya. Nag-give up sila. Kami lang, yung mga nag-graduate, yun tumuloy. Hinarap namin yung fear namin. So yun. Ito yung mga ano lang, pwedeng synonyms lang, pero hindi eksakto. Passion, grit nga, tama ka. Pero hindi yan yung eksaktong word talaga. Okay? So, nagbibigay ako ng iba't ibang ibig sabihin ng gigil. So, isang meaning ng gigil sa amin is resilience, di ba? Pagiging resilient. So, yun nga eh. Sa Six Cycle Mind ako, ito usually crowd namin sa Six Cycle Mind pag pupunta kami sa iba't ibang probinsya. Sa Moon 38 din. So, 21 years ko nang ginagawa. Sobrang daming tao. Pero, may crisis naman noon kami. Anong crisis namin? Lahat, nung time na yun, ibang klase ang crisis namin nung year 0. Nung year 0, ang crisis namin, walang pera. Walang nanonood sa amin. Di ba? Tutuloy ba namin to? Wala naman manonood. Ito ako, hindi mo pa nakikita to,
Hindi ko pa
wala
nakita.
mo kung nasan ako dyan.
Ikaw ba ito yung katabi ka nung naka-polo, yung may hawak na mic?
Hindi, ako yung drummer.
Ikaw yung drummer.
Wala pang kinakain. So, ganyan. So, ito yung unang banda ko. Ayun nga, Moon 38. Ayan ako yung nasa left. Ang crowd namin noon, ipis lang. Kasi ipis lang. So, nanonood lang nanay namin, parents, di ba? Ayun yung crisis namin. Tutuloy ba natin to? We have to decide. Di ba? So, dati, nung una kong trabaho, while doing that, may work ako. Pag-iisipan ko, yung unang trabaho ko, kailangan kong pag-isipan kung mag-e-FX ako or mag-jeep. Kasi pag nag-FX ako, yung yung burger ko, kinabukasan, walang cheese. Ganyan kalupit. Ang crisis noon, guys, wala akong pera, di ba? Pero ito nga yun eh. Pag resilient ka, hindi, gagawin ko to, gusto ko to eh. So, ang advice ko lang, siguro ito isa sa mga ito isa sa pinaka-paborito kong line na gusto ko matandaan niyo eh. So, for the first half of your career, you will be underpaid. Pero sa second half, you'll be overpaid, guys. To tell you, totoo to. As in, sinasabi ko sa inyo, I can say na overpaid ako ngayon. Pero dahil kasi, nung time before, underpaid ka. Ito na yun. Nirip mo na lahat ng rewards mo. So, ganun yun. Sa una pa lang, kailangan resilient ka. Hindi, gagawin ko to. Kahit ano mangyari, magbabounce back ako. Kasi gusto mo yung ginagawa mo. So, isa pang klase ng crisis na mga pwede kong ikwento sa inyo. Mga wrong decisions, di ba? So, nagtatrabaho na ako. Mga maling desisyon ng mga kliyente. Kunyari, meron kasi akong kliyente. May kliyente ako na sige, hindi ko na itatago yung pangalan kasi mapapakita ko naman sa kanila. Goldilocks. Sige. Nagpagawa yung Goldilocks ng billboard. Sabi niya, Herbert, gawan mo kami ng billboard. Di isip pa kami, sobrang creative, ganyan. Hindi, nagmamadali kami. Ano na lang, cake na lang. Ilagay mo na lang yung cake sa sa billboard, tas may greetings. Happy birthday, Goldilocks. Okay. Sabi ng client. Kinabukasan, tumawag yung kliyente ko ulit. Sabi niya, Herbert, nakita kasi ng may-ari yung billboard. Sabi niya, ano daw ba yun? Bakit ganun yung billboard? Ang sinabi niya dun sa may-ari, Sir, teaser lang po yan. Sinabi niya teaser lang. Diba? So, tumawag sa amin. So anong gagawin namin? Diba? In reality, pwede ka naman magalit. Diba? Mainis ka. Diba? Pero yung namin dyan is turning challenges into opportunities during that time. Hindi. Sige. Pwede naman namin iwan yun eh. Bahala ka magdusa dyan. Di ba? Pero ginawa namin opportunity. Sana, clear ba kanina yung video?
Clear,
na.
clear.
Sige. Papakita ko to. Ano nangyari?
EDSA, Manila's main highway, is clogged with hundreds upon hundreds of billboards. So, how do you stand out in such cluttered environment? Easy. To make people notice our client's 50th anniversary billboard, we took it away. Yep, you heard right. We cut out the entire cake from each of 7 billboards, leaving a gaping hole in the middle. Different social networks were abuzz with photos of the billboards. Celebrities had varying theories as to why the cake went missing. Even the media picked it up.
Ito ba ang kuha ng billboard noong nakaraang buwan? Bigla na lang itong nabutas at mukhang may kumuha ng cake. Palaisipan sa netizens kung sino ang kumuha o kung misteryo ba ito na dapat nilang sagutin.
And when we had everybody's attention, we turned it into a promo. People were asked to help find the missing cake. Goldilocks sent out clues. Thousands of entries came in. Their website visits a day grew from 125 to more than 16,000 during the peak of the campaign. On Facebook, there were more than 1,000% surge in likes, more than 400% growth in engagement, and more than 150% increase in reach. There was also a huge spike in engagement on Twitter and Instagram during the campaign run, proving that sometimes, to make people notice a billboard, you just have to take it away.
So, ganun. Ang ginawa namin, ginawa namin opportunity. Di ba? Teka lang. So, GIGIL Wave, sinira namin, binutas namin. Teka lang, may nagsasabi sila, may nagko-comment ba?
Ang galing daw. Wow daw.
Wow. Totoo yan. Daddy mo yata yan eh. Si daddy yata. So, binutas lang namin, di ba? Can you imagine? Mali yun. Wrong decision. Ang crisis namin doon, anong gagawin namin? So, binutas na lang namin. So, that's the GIGIL way to face that crisis, di ba? Yung particular crisis noon. Kumbaga, we identify kung ano yung opportunity na pwede namin gawin. So, that's one thing na definition. Okay? Next. Wait. Okay. Familiar kayo kay Felix the Cat? Familiar ka, no?
Plus kung notebook yan, nung grade 2 ako eh.
Oo. Apparently, ginawa siya ni Pat Sullivan. Si Pat Sullivan yung mismong creator niya.
Mm-hmm.
Nung time na black and white pa lang ang TV. At walang boses ang TV. Wala pang tunog. So totally as in silent movie pa lang, cartoons, okay? Then suddenly nagkaroon ng tunog. Biglang merong tunog na may boses na pwede nang mag-record ng boses sa TV. Sabi ni Pat Sullivan, hindi magsasalita yung character ko. Hindi magsasalita si Felix the Cat. So, niresist niya. Di ba? Can you imagine, lahat nag-a-adapt na siya, hindi ko yan nagsasalita. So, ang tigas niya, di ba? Ang nangyari, may isang character na lumabas na nagsasalita. Biglang sa kanya napunta yung attention. Namatay si Felix the Cat.
Yeah.
And alam mo sinong character na yun?
Sino yun? Si Mickey Mouse.
Di ba? So, during that time, hanggang ngayon, ang Disney nag-a-adapt, di ba? So, nagbabago-bago siya, di ba? Binili niya yung Marvel. Hindi na lang siya Disney, di ba? Sobrang dami na nang nangyari. So, GIGIL is adaptation to change. Di ba? So, anong crisis nun? Probably, ang crisis nun, biglang may bagong tools. Biglang suddenly ngayon, kailangan nasa loob ka lang ng bahay. Parang ganun yun. Anong gagawin natin? Hindi, kailangan ko lumabas ng bahay kasi doon trabaho ko. Di ba? Hindi sila nag-adapt. So, GIGIL is adaptation to change. So, isang definition yan. Ito yung mga companies na nag-fail na mag-innovate. Magugulat kayo. Kunyari, Kodak, di ba? Naabutan mo ba ito? Naabutan mo ito?
Naabutan ko siya.
Sobrang sikat siya. Actually, may balita na meron daw isa sa mga engineer ng Kodak nakapag-invent ng digital camera. Pero, ito yung description niya, but it was filmless photography. So, management's reaction was, that's cute, but don't tell anyone about it. Kasi natatakot sila na masisira yung business nila sa film.
Yeah.
Nag-resist sila. Can you imagine kung yung Kodak nag-invest pa sa app at naimbento nila yung Instagram, which is all about photography pa rin, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero di ba, hindi sila, nag-resist sila. Isa pang sample na alam rin natin, ito mas malapit sa ito, Nokia. Diba? Niresist niya yung voice. Ay, niresist niya yung data.
Yeah.
Kasi nag-invest sila sa voice. Hindi, voice lang yan. Forever voice, lahat smartphone na.
Yeah.
So, pinakahuling nag-adapt sa smartphone na data-driven, hindi voice. Sobrang laking business dati sa Finland. Wala, nagsarado siya, di ba?
Yeah.
So, again, yun. At isa pang crisis na nakikita natin, limitation sa talent naman. So, in reality, ang description namin dito, pag limitation sa client, GIGIL is making things happen. Okay. May maririnig kayo kung paano ako gumawa ng kanta. Ito ako gumawa ng kanta. Okay. Yung Coca-Cola, natanda mo natin, nag-collab ang Jensen and the Flips. Di ba?
Ito yung Coke Studio.
Coke Studio, di ba? Kaya ako songwriter sa Moonstar 88. Pinagawan kami ng kanta. So, nag-isip ako ng kanta. Ito ang sinubmit ko lang sa mga kabanda ko. Sabi ko, may nainis po akong idea kasi GIGIL yung company namin. Parang ganda word na GIGIL.
Pa-start pa lang kaya tayo nun, no? Pa-start pa lang kayo nun, nung time na yun.
Oo. Pero, so, nag-isip ako, ganito lang sinubmit ko, Gigil. Sabuan, no? Nang gigil. Natatawa si Rico. Parang kinakaya na ako. So, okay lang, Rico. Ganun yung umpisa nun. Pero pinasa ko sa mga kabanda ko. Ito na yung demo.
Stage ready? Yep.
Documentation.
Diba? Ang layo, diba? Okay. So, hindi naging hinder sa akin yung limitation ko. Hindi ako kumakanta. So, I collaborate. So, ang isang ng sikreto ng GIGIL is collaboration. So, ito, nag-collaborate kami with Jensen pa. Ito na yung final. Pakinggan nyo na lang sa So,
Spotify.
Pero, ang point ko lang, huwag ka may hinder sa limitations mo. Kasi I'm sure marami kang gustong gawin, pero natatakot ka, hindi ako magaling mag-drawing. Pero hindi mo naman kailangan magaling mag-drawing para maka-create ng character. Diba? Hindi lahat ng merong character, minsan nag-collaborate sila with magaling na artist na mag-drawing. Ganun din. Kunyari, brother ko yung nag-compose ng Torete, hindi naman siya maganda boses, hindi nga siya marunong mag-gitara. Hindi siya magaling mag-gitara. Ako nag-gitara sa kanya. Siya nagsulat. So, yun nga, that's GIGIL. Ang crisis nun, limitation ng talent. Parang, teka lang, ano ba? Anong decision ko doon? Tutuloy ba ako? Gagawin ko ba yung gusto ko? Pero, wala akong talent. Kulang yung talent ko. Di ba? So, again. Ito naman. Ito pinaka-recent ngayon. Crisis ngayon is lockdown. Di ba? As agency, pwede naman kaming pilitin natin yung mga client or maghintay na lang tayo ng mga pwedeng mangyari. Hintayin na lang natin matapos yung lockdown tapos saka tayo mag-shoot. Kasi di ba gumagawa kami ng mga ads, di ba? During lockdown, before pa ng Holy Week, naisip na namin kagad, teka lang, lahat nasa loob ng bahay, nabubore. May kliyente ako, Orokan, sakto. Lumapit yung brother ko, sabi niya, gusto niya magkaroon ng singing contest. Singing contest. Tapos kliyente ko Orocan. So, teka lang. Bakit hindi pa pwede gawa tayo ng first na singing contest pero sa loob ng CR, 'di ba? So ang ginawa namin, the first Kubeta Got Talent.
Nakita ko nga.
'Di ba? No, bro, itong Kubeta Got Talent na to, isang view namin 300,000 ang views, 'di ba? Na hindi magagawa, hindi mangyayari 'yan kung hintayin pa namin matapos yung lockdown, 'di ba? So ito yung konting description ng Kubeta Got Talent.
Bawat kubeta, mayroong superstar. Kung ikaw yun, para sa'yo to. Hosted by Tuti Carnal of Six Cycle Mind, Cleggy Abaya of Banda ni Cleggy, and Kiara San Luis of Imago. Join now and nominate a friend. Total, magaling ka naman kumanta sa kubeta.
Ano yan? 1 week lang namin ginawa. 1 week lang namin pinagsapan. Tapos 1 week din yung event. Tapos may grand finals na. Ito yung grand champion. Yan. So, yun nga. Again, GIGIL is embracing crisis. Hindi ka magpapalimit. It's really identity. Yun nga walang eksakto meaning yan. Pero those things na sinasabi ko sa inyo, adapting, kumbaga nag-i-evolve ka, hindi ka magpapalimit kung ano yung iba't ibang crisis sa buhay mo. And for Moonstar 88 din, ngayon, ang ginagawa namin for Moonstar 88, nag-a-adapt din kami. We have online, hindi kami huminto. We have online shows. Ganun. So, ito pa importante. So, crisis din, ito rin yung feeling ko pinaka-importante. So, from crisis toward crisis, ito yung importante. So, ito rin naman sikreto ko na syempre, dasal pa rin, di ba? Offer everything sa Diyos na i-lead kayo kung anong mga dapat nyong gawin, di ba? Instrumento lang tayo dito and siya nakakaalam kung anong mga dapat nating gawin. So, yun. So guys, thank you. Sana na-inspire kayo. Yep. Pwede
Guys, clap hands tayo. Clap hands. Okay, Kuya Herbert, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat. So, bago tayo mag-wrap up, gusto ko lang i-announce na humihingi ng apology si Miss Maya kasi she had to leave kasi meron siyang meeting na pinag-log in daw sila ng maaga ngayon. But, you can ask me your questions or send it to my email if you have questions for her. Pero for this portion, kung meron tayong mga tanong kay Kuya Herbert, kung meron tayong, or baka may mga tanong kayo na pwede ko ding sagutin, just ask away. Ask away, guys. Pwede nyo i-unmute yung mic nyo or i-post dito sa chat yung mga questions nyo. Tapos babasahin ko kay Kuya Herbert or then sasagutin namin. Guys, tara, ask tayo. Merong may key takeaways.
Hello po!
Hi.
Ano po, magandang hapon po.
Yeah. As if I was listening to somebody older than I am. Well, very similar yung yung takeaway ko from what I heard from Maya and from you. It boils down to turning challenges to opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Connect doon na sa Chinese character ni Maya na for every crisis, nandun pareho yung danger but may opportunity. So coming from where I'm keeping myself focused right now is yung business continuity plan ng Freeport area of Bataan. Aside from making new or getting new clients, the most important thing to keep the business going is to keep your current clients. Ma-retain mo lang yung current clients mo, okay ka na.
Which is pinakamahirap po.
Ah, so ngayon, nung tumama yung pandemic at the onset, dahil everybody has to stay home, kahit kami work from home, so ang pwede lang mag-operate yung mga companies na involved sa production ng essentials and medical products. Fortunately, nasa amin yung kaisa-isang gumagawa ng face mask sa Pilipinas. Even before this webinar, tuloy-tuloy kaming nag-meet nung team ko, nung Mancom, just to develop yung business continuity plan for the fab. Kaya nga nakita namin opportunity, kailangan ng PPEs, kailangan ng face masks. So aside from expansion, we gave more incentives do sa company, expanding their operations para maging available domestically yung product. So sabi namin, how do we resume operations and provide much needed job for people? So sabi namin, since involved sila, majority of them are involved in sewing, we're trying to find ways to help the companies na mag-divert do sa product from luxury bags, sports bags, to PPEs. Kasi pananahidi naman yun eh. So, we're encouraging them to, para lang makabalik ng operations, hitting two birds with one stone. Bigyan namin ng employment yung workers na nawala ng trabaho. At the same time, we can contribute in the battle against COVID. So, PPEs for the frontliners and mga face masks. So things like those. Kaya thank you very much. And I really like yung last slide mo na anchoring everything to else but the Almighty.
Yes.
Kaya nga naisip ko, out of your presentation, sabi ko, gives us hope. Yung GIGIL is also hope. Meron din akong doon, hoping in the Lord. So hope with that's HOPE. So you have to have the heart, openness, perseverance, and importante, work and play, enjoyment. So I see you guys, you enjoy what you do. Kaya isang napakahalagang aspect or element ng career is to really enjoy what you do.
Opo. Totoo po.
Kaya kami, even sa Freeport, yung amenities, yung mga support services, ang lagi naming mantra is work and play. Dapat while the investors are there, the workers are there, they have jobs, we make sure that we are able to provide opportunities for them to enjoy after working.
Tama.
Yun. So, yeah, hope in the Lord.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Actually, may dalawa akong lessons na nakuha for today. First is yung kay Coach MYYA na sabi niya, Eagles brave the storm. And I believe that's true. Kasi yun yung characteristic talaga ng Eagles. Na if you're a leader, you have to brave the storm. You must not be afraid. You must trust in the Lord for deliverance. And you must fly above the storm. The second is yung don't resist change. Kasi I'm an independent distributor of a network corporation, and in 2017 I was one of the top performers sa team namin. I was selling like 350 to almost 500,000 every 2 weeks worth of products. Yung mga products namin, skincare, mga wellness products, food supplements, ganun. And then there came a time when yung mga products namin na out of stock na. So, ang daming orders, ang daming demand, pero yung supply ang konti lang. And ang nangyari sa akin, I felt stuck kasi wala akong ma-serve sa mga clients ko. So, I felt like para ako na-demotivate. But then, yung ibang team, yung ibang mga kasama ko, they did not resist change. They still went ahead offering packages, accounts, selling accounts. They were still able to do that because they did not focus on selling merely the products. They focused on selling the accounts. instead. Wherein, kikita by selling accounts and then to follow na lang yung mga products. But I nag-resist ako sa change. So I felt left behind. So yun yung lesson na nakuha ko. Do not resist change kasi in my experience, the worst thing that I've felt in my business was the pain of being left behind.
Yeah.
Yan.
Tama.
Thank you. Gandang key takeaway nun.
Especially ngayon, ang daming change.
Kaya nga.
Sobra.
The new normal na nga daw po no? So, yeah. Definitely.
And actually, since I've already experienced that back in 2018, medyo na ako ngayon na hindi na ako gaanong bothered kahit quarantined, I can still close deals.
Congratulations. Alam ko ganong kahirap yan.
Diba? Pero we can all make it.
Yeah.
Madaming paraan.
After all, di ba yung sa unang webinar natin, sabi ni Archie, tough times don't last, tough people
do, yes.
Diba? So,
sobrang relate ako dun.
Galing. Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
There was a lot of good takeaways. I think the guys covered a lot of them. The main one was the embracing the times of crisis and not resisting the change, which I think has been repeated a few times because it's very important. It's a really important one, I feel. Thanks for inviting me along again, Rico. It was very informative and good learning.
We love having you here. Thank you for that wonderful key takeaway. So, meron pa ba? Meron pa bang mag-share? Baka hindi kayo makapag-unmute. Let me know. Kung nahihiya sila, Kuya Herbert.
Okay lang.
So, okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Kuya Herbert, for a very wonderful talk.
Thank you po.
Thank you. So, meron lang pinapaplug si Coach MYYA. So, hindi ko na i-share sa screen kasi same slide lang naman. Sabi niya, you can send us an email. Na-type ko dito yung email. sales@reapsuccess.net. Ayan. Pwede nyo ako senda ng email. Nag-o-offer siya ng free coaching services para sa mga pumaharap sa change, gusto mag-transition ng career, or anything else. Just let us know why you want to be coached. Free ito for only 5 people. So, sabihan nyo ako or watch out doon sa website din. Pwede nyo kaming i-book through the website. Inaayos ko lang yung website ngayon. And that's pretty much it. Abangan nyo rin yung maglalabas din kami ng Tito tutorials ni Archie tsaka ako. Tapos meron din tayong free learning sessions with si Kuya Dennis, our Mr. Delightful of Learning. So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a lot today. I hope na yung mga businesses nyo, ma-apply nyo yung mga natutunan nyo today. And sa mga employees din, sana you found opportunities because of this webinar that we organized for today. Ayan, may nag-share pa ng takeaway. Si Zaz, sabi niya, my takeaway, there are opportunities in times of crisis. You just need to be keen to spot it. Totoo. I agree. Maraming salamat sa inyo pong lahat. Pwede ba tayo mag-picture?